Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Yep. You already know what it is. The voice of reason. Wednesday edition. You know what happens on Wednesday.
Break yourselves, bitches.
All fraudulent thought has been charged with vile cruelty and sedition. And you shall be excommunicated from the clan. We have assembled the council.
We are here, my lord.
The council, the Lord's chambers. We come to ascertain
some shit.
To ascertain the truth of behaviors that have happened.
Yeah, well.
Big Chris, can you go out and let Grady in? Because you know that beard probably out there causing trouble.
Out there telling somebody, you're a whore.
Oh, there he is.
You're a whore.
That's what Grady's beard is outside calling women whores.
You're a whore.
You're a whore.
You're a whore. Let me in you. Look at your chipped fingernail polish. You're a whore. You're
Ladies
a whore.
and gentlemen, you hear what it sounds like in the background. You already know what that means. It's mansions. The fuck is a mansion?
How about it?
Other than the one you live in.
Nigga.
A mansion. It's a palatial estate. But master men know how to build mansions.
Well?
They know how to turn themselves into mansions. Is that not the basic principle of masonry?
How about it?
The symbology of masonry says, well, if the Egyptians built a physical external pyramid, which is considered a perfect structure, you yourself can use the symbology of our tools, the plumb line, the compass, and you can build yourself internally. That's what mansions is about in this bitch. Now, our vocabulary can be a little harsh. We can be a little rough around the edges, but God damn it,
as it should be.
This is one of the last bastions of the male voice. And it shall live here in perpetuity.
Twitter.
It shall live here We shall speak the truth ad infinitum. I got to keep it real because there's a lot of shit we got to cover.
Tomfuckery.
It's a lot of foolery going on. We got somebody else coming, I think. Oh, RizzaIslam is coming. He a little late, but he gonna be here. That brother in high demand.
And breaks it down.
That brother in high demand. So listen, before I even get started, you already know I got some things to promote. What the fuck is this? Week 3 for iStar. I think this is week 3. And I'm just going to say this. Come on, y'all. Y'all lagging on the motherfucking subscribers. On the subscription. You got to remind people in the chat room on YouTube. You got to remind them to like the video they liking.
Wow.
I mean, they like what they watching.
They done had to click where they getting. They can't click one more click.
They just one more click.
You did click to get here.
Got to remind the YouTube family to hit the like button and the share button and the super chat button. But listen, we just crossed over 44,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
That is to be applauded.
And here I am talking shit because I'm saying it's a gang of YouTube followers. I think they're bots. That's a joke.
No, not me. I think
they're bots because they ain't got no followers. But then there's people reaching out going, I don't have no followers, but I'll follow you. Okay, well, cool. So can we get 44,000 subscribers over to iStar? That's the whole purpose of iStar. You understand?
Right.
We need everybody in here to go to istarvids.com. Somebody in the chat room who's running my chat room, somebody get in there and pin that address. iStarVids. Vids with a Z. istarvids.com. We got to get Geoff Brown on iStar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm doing it. I done talked to your boy. We in the phases. We in the...
Okay, cool. You and Marcus and everybody?
Yes, sir.
And Jerome and... Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Good. Got to get everybody on iStar.
Yeah.
You on there too?
Yeah.
Okay, motherfucker. I seen you with your 12 subscribers.
Right on the goofy side.
On the goofy side, he got 12.
Where they come from?
Yeah, the dig. We got to get this man some subscribers. God damn it, Ray Grady on iStar.
All right.
Yeah, nigga, I'm number 12.
Oh, appreciate it, Chris. Appreciate that. Yeah, they fuck with you. When he told me with the platform,
I told you.
And I went through it because of Corey and you.
Come on, man. We about to change the game. I don't know if y'all know, but we really about to change the game.
Yeah.
We about to start producing our own fucking content, getting lights
and owning the shit.
And owning it and putting it on that platform, man.
Yeah.
Y'all
no more
tripping.
Building them mansions and then you get a condo.
Right.
No more of that. No more of that shit.
I'm going to run up out of here.
Christmas addicts.
Say some more silly shit, nigga.
That little newt.
That's Newt Geezy. That's Newt Geezy. Well, his name is New.
Mm-hmm.
Newt.
He called him Newt. I am Newt.
As in,
yes. Country. I can't call no man New.
The nigga named New.
He know what to do. Start the grill up.
First off,
Newt.
First off, New.
Right.
Okay, let me just
you call
explain.
him Mr. Gingrich.
Anybody who's just tuning in, old fuzzy chin over here,
hilarious.
Nigga Claus is making fun of my son's name.
That's a solid name. My mother's nickname is New, so it's no joke.
New.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like
dissing it.
You got to tell the man what New is short for.
New is the nickname for his name. His name is Nuriel,
which means
Elijah Williams. White folk down in Alabama couldn't spell it or say it.
What they say?
Neural.
Neural. Nigel. Nathan.
Neural sound like oral Roberts.
No.
They could.
They
just
fucking
didn't
up.
want to say.
They didn't want to
Get the
say
fuck
it.
out of here. Knock it off.
Which is some subconscious shit where people fuck with your name when they know how it's supposed to be said.
Yeah,
now, Nuriel, and I knew they was fucking with it because Nuriel is just like Muriel, just with an N.
Right.
Nuriel means light of God.
Light of God.
Nuriel Elijah Williams, N-E-W. You underdig?
Break yourself, bitch. I am the light of God.
No.
You underdig? That's why he's New Williams. He brand new on your ass. You underdig?
And he got a daddy.
So
he know how to look white men in the eyes.
Right.
Oh, they didn't like that shit.
You can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Look, he a lefty.
Motherfucker, Bruce Pearl told him, I want you to come in here. Because Bruce, remember it's been happening our whole lives. But for them young kids, it was a shock to them when the police went on a spree killing all type of folk.
Yeah.
So Bruce Pearl brought in the FBI, the Army, the CIA, local police to talk to the basketball team.
Okay.
And he went to New because he knew New was the leader. He knew New was the leader. Even though New was an underclassman, New led them motherfuckers. He said, now, I don't want you to hold back. You can ask questions. But when New started asking questions, Bruce Pearl got uncomfortable.
Okay, we meant regular nigger questions.
You underdig?
We didn't mean those informed porch monkey questions, right?
Nah, New started really like pulling their coattails like, but you don't do the same thing to white people. There's a different level of tolerance. And New's articulate too now. So New gonna speak.
He's yours.
Wait, I was about to say, what a shock.
And he gonna speak clearly. And them motherfuckers got uncomfortable because the team went to New. They said, okay, we know your daddy because your daddy been down here 10, 15
Raising
times.
hell.
We know who your daddy is. They said, New, what we gonna do? Are we protesting? Are we kneeling? What we doing in the game? They went to his dorm. You in the dig? What did he do?
What did he do?
And he got on the phone with me.
Call his daddy.
Dad, what we doing?
I'll be right back.
You in the dig? No, he called me while they was in there.
Oh, okay.
So just understand that boy knows some things because he got a daddy.
How about it?
As Grady so eloquently put it. He got a daddy.
You got to have a daddy to be a man now. Or you got to have some type of leadership from the OGs. So I'll say it again. Right. If I offend you, it's nothing personal. But in order for you to be a leader, you got to have a daddy.
Gotta have a daddy.
Okay, if he offended you with that, I say fuck you because you on some bullshit if that needs explanation.
Yeah. You got to find somebody that you honor, listen to, been there, seen that, done that, lived that. And if you not taking care of your children, you already know what's going to happen. Your day coming.
And you know what's crazy?
Yes,
you know
sir.
what's crazy?
Your day of reckoning coming as a man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. And you know what else is crazy? Before I just jump in, before we start promoting a couple of things and then get to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to have solid motherfuckers you bring your kids around. Ooh. Bobby, one of them. Bobby been there since the nigga was in high school.
Oh, you was okay. OG. Well, that's
this nigga Bobby got on the basketball. Listen, man. Let me tell you. Let me just give you a Bobby story real quick. Now,
we talking hoop, right?
Yes.
Bet.
This motherfucker Bobby. My son is 6 months out from knee surgery. He back. But it was 6 months ago the nigga just had knee surgery. We got Steve Lavin. Is that his name? He used to be the coach of St. John's and UCLA.
Okay.
Steve Lavin is at Santa Monica High to see New because they offered him. Right? He got the St. John's offer, so Steve Lavin come down. Bobby said, yeah, let's go one-on-one. Wait, do the old man.
Come on, man.
Please. Let's go one-on-one.
Look at
That's just authentic right at the gate. Look at
me and you, let's have a shot at the title.
So,
boy, you stupid.
Now you got to remember, Bobby.
Yeah.
is from Murfreesboro.
You don't know about Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
This is motherfucker from Tennessee, boy.
The real Tennessee.
That's a sundown town.
Right. Yeah.
Bobby from Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Bobby from the Tennessee in the movies.
Exactly.
I'm in the stands. I'm watching. I'm talking to fucking
One of the
Steve
coaches.
Lavin.
Okay.
Like, yeah, man, you know, we trying to get him. You know, that's my boy right there. He doing this. Next thing you know, Bobby done picked him up and thrown him on the ground.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that what you did, Uncle Bobby?
Grown man foul.
I said, damn,
Uncle Bobby, come on. You didn't do
Bobby
that.
said, this shit real out here. Wait, do the voice.
What? What you mean? Hold on. What? It's real out here. Look. Damn what your father said. It's me and you out here going to war. We get a shot at the title.
I said, Bobby done picked the boy up and threw him on the ground.
Right?
Then my son came right back and dunked on him.
Hold on.
Then Bobby said, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's it. That's what Bobby was trying to get up out of him the first goddamn pitch. That's a man right there. You know?
Oh, shit, man. I was like, what the fuck? Listen, you got to have real motherfuckers around your kids.
Yes, sir.
If you going to have real motherfuckers around you got to have real motherfuckers around your kids.
Yeah.
And Bobby's one of the realest.
Amen.
Yeah.
You know, now Bobby will do a promotion and have your kid in the promotion. Hold this keg and water bottle.
You sure will.
You thirsty?
See, this boy on the water.
The boy. I need you to be thirsty right there in front of the camera.
This boy is 6 years old. He drank this water. Look at him.
Yeah.
Hey, this boy on the water. I loved it, though.
Go on,
I loved every minute of it.
Dunk something. Show the young kids. Show the children.
Bobby brought Jerry West to my son's basketball game.
Now that's a wow.
Oh, wow.
That motherfucking gym.
The NBA emblem?
Nigga, Jerry West.
The logo, nigga.
NBA.
That's beautiful.
That motherfucker shut down Beverly Hills High. Everybody.
You see the power that was?
When I tell Bobby did that.
No, I'm just saying that's power though. He probably called in. Hey, look, nigga, where you at?
wait, do the phone call. Bobby talking to Jerry.
Jerry. What's happening? Tell Margie, what's the wife's name?
Karen.
Tell Karen, say hello. We're going to Samo High. You familiar with it? Where you stay? What?
You stay in Brentwood.
Hey, okay. Up
That's
there.
right down the freeway.
Right down the street from you. Look here.
Look here.
Look here. A partner of mine got a son I want you to take a look at. His name is New Williams. Say it again. New Williams.
Williams.
He a lefty motherfucker jump out the gym. Get it out there. And I'll buy you a cigar if he asks.
The nigga, he got promise.
New
He got
Williams.
That's power.
Hey, that's the word they use. Oh, promise. He got promise.
Yeah.
That's what Jerry told me. Well, the kid got promise. Bobby's sitting right there. He said, Bobby, you brought me here to talk to the man. I talk to you all the time. Let me talk to the man. I said,
That's
God
power.
damn, Bobby.
That's power.
Hey, Bobby, shut that. Listen, every writer in Los Angeles,
Yes, sir.
Los Angeles Times, all the sports writers was there. They didn't know he was coming. And they didn't know what he was coming for. But after they found out, that's when they started writing all these write-ups on New. The fucking GOAT was in this bitch looking at New. That's because of Bobby.
That's OG move.
And if you thought that shit was over, then the nigga took him to Jim Brown's house. And then the reverse, it was the reverse. I was talking to Jim. Jim said, hey, listen, I don't really want to talk to you. I want to talk to your son, see where his head at. I said, okay, I'm finna go in the kitchen.
Right. You're a grown-ass man. He can't fix you. It's too late for you. You're hopeless. Let me talk to your son.
Shit was cold. Bobby did that.
Gee.
You got to put a team around your philosophy for your kids.
All day.
Bobby did that. I'm indebted to Bobby for that shit.
That was lovely. And we don't do that. We can do it.
But we don't.
But we don't do it. So if Bobby brought the logo, right, to see your son, and the Anglos is figuring out why ain't nobody know that he was coming, somebody lost their job for that. You know that, right?
You know that.
Somebody got fired.
Yeah. And when I tell you, when Bobby left after the game was over, I mean, when Jerry left after the game was over, because he was only there for the game.
Yeah.
There was other games.
He was there for
He was there for my son's game.
Yeah.
He said, tell the boy not to dunk so hard. I said, why you say that? He just had surgery. He said, these things take time. He dunking too goddamn hard.
Wow.
You only got 2 pair of legs.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I said,
oh,
shit.
I'm going to leave it right there.
I said, well, goddamn.
You ain't got to touch wisdom.
Right? Yeah, you ain't got to touch wisdom.
Hey, man, it was real shit. It was real shit. And when he left the gym, Bobby was standing right there with me. Motherfucker jumped in that Mercedes-Benz and pulled off. And as Bobby and I going back in the gym, all them kids came out. Was that Jerry West's? Where did he? He gone.
He gone, baby. He gone.
Bobby was right. Bobby
that was a powerful move.
That's the way greatness do.
Hey, man. So, hey, Bobby, I'm indebted to you, brother.
That was nice.
We getting to the league, Bobby. Bobby hilarious. Bobby be sending the clips and shit to Jerry West now.
Okay.
We getting to the league, Bobby. We in the box office.
No.
You understand? We gonna cut the fuck up, Bobby.
You know what your problem?
Are you gonna be a LeVar Ball?
No, nigga. I'm gonna be fucking with a gang of young hoes.
You know what your problem gonna be? When you bring Uncle Bobby to the skybox, Uncle Bobby gonna bring his own peanuts.
No.
He got peanuts in his pocket.
No.
Bobby my own goddamn peanuts. Peanuts were stale last time.
No, Bobby gonna be fucking with all the accoutrement. Hey, where that
Hennessy?
Where that motherfucking that candy apple cart?
Yeah.
Had him bring that shit through here.
Bring that shit through here.
Candy apple cart.
Had him bring the candy apple cart through.
I want some of this shit you bought from Gelson's.
You know, old school niggas, they eat real candy. They eat taffies.
Give me some salt water taffies.
That's what I grew up on. Ain't nothing but a whole ounce and a half of sugar. What a taffy?
Bring a bit of honey.
I need something to chew slow.
That's how you end up with no teeth.
See that? Tell them, OG, all that sugar.
You can't do nothing but gum that shit now.
Yeah.
Somebody bring a box of Butterfingers in this motherfucker.
Oh, my Lord. That's too much.
I want a mounds.
Chocolate and coconut?
Hey, we up in here today. Hey, listen, if you just tuning in, we've been talking shit for the first 20 minutes just on GP. This is Mansion's The Voice of Reason Man series, where we really go in. I need everybody, like I said, to go join my iStar page. That's www.istarvids.com. Once you get there, subscribe. What iStar. Go there right now. Let's move in numbers. Let's move in masses. Also, the holographic relationship is just days from being delivered to my crib. It's going to be a whole, goddamn. It's going to be a lot of books in that other room. In News old room. It's going to be a gang of books in that motherfucker. But I'm going to go right to work and package up everybody's shit and start mailing the motherfuckers out. But we still didn't hit our goal. We are at 403 pre-orders. I want to get to 500. So I need everybody to go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, click shop, then books, scroll down, pre-order your copy of The Holographic Relationship. Shit, it's over 500 motherfuckers in the chat room right now. If everybody did it, we'd be done with the whole shit. Come on now. All right, I'm not going to promote too much shit. I need to jump right to the topic. Here we go, goddammit. Interesting topic today, man. Interesting topic. State of the Brotherhood Union. This is the state of the Brotherhood Union. We the Brotherhood. What is it in? What state is it in, Bobby?
Disrepair.
It's in disrepair. Now listen, everybody saw Mayweather go on that shopping spree to Gucci after Gucci put out the monkey sweater, the coon Sambo sweater.
The bamboozle sweater?
The bamboozled sweater.
The bamboozle collection?
The phone lines are open. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I'm going to pull in some calls on this, too. And we just need to come straight from the cuff. Because I asked this question. Can American descendants of slaves plan and sustain a boycott of European fashion houses without the support of wealthy black entertainers?
Yes.
I have to ask that question because, and I believe we can, Bobby, by the way. I believe we can. But I ask that question because at no point in the history of black entertainment have black entertainers had more influence. You got regular motherfuckers with influence that ain't even celebrities, called influencers.
That's all they do, yeah.
You in the dig? So when someone of the status or stature of a Floyd Mayweather go against the grain, because it's against the grain. He said, fuck it. I do what the fuck I want to do. Don't nobody tell me what to do. And I respect that as a man. As a black man, be able to have freedom in America to do what the fuck you want to do, I can respect that. But there's also a code. Even the gangsters had a code.
How about it?
Don't fuck with women and children. Remember that? Everything else, you know.
Mm-hmm. Don't fuck with civilians once you enlist.
Grady, go knock on the door and tell his mama to send him out. You know what that nigga did in the hood. Yeah. You ain't fucking with his mama, but you will go knock on the door. Yeah. Miss Washington.
I'm going to have to holler at you, son.
Dude's selling packs.
Tell Raheem to come on out here.
He know what's out here.
He know what the fuck he done did. He got to come on out here. Do you understand? Even gangsters had a code. And so when we see someone as big as Mayweather go against the code,
Do you think he's big, though?
Mayweather is ginormous.
He's a billionaire, bro. Or half a billion.
Are you saying
Get on that mic.
Is Floyd big? Is he big?
I think so. I think he's influential.
Let's say this. When you use the word influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's take a step to Marcus Garvey. He raised the intellect of other brothers.
Right.
Millions of dollars.
That's a fucking influencer.
I agree with you.
So somebody's saying, I'm the champion of the world in this division right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see too many of us with bread saying we're going to get the Bentley because dude said it. There's only two influencers in hip-hop culture outside of Run DMC.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z with the button-up and Will Smith. Those are only two influencers.
Not Biggie. Gotta get Biggie.
He made the ugly niggas get there.
Yeah.
Right?
Ugly
Because that's
niggas-
what he stated.
Yeah, that's what
So
he said.
3 influencers. Then Pac raised his, hold up. Let me combine all of them.
Mm-hmm.
When he came out with the Thug Life.
Right.
Right? And he used the acronym. I'm not a big Pac. I don't know. But I know who he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you use the word influencer,
Mm-hmm.
you got to really look at who you fucking influencing.
Right. Right.
Nobody really follows Floyd, and I think more people want to see the nigga lose. They have paid $99 to see dude lose.
Well, I don't think he's ever going to lose unless he's just way too old to do it.
Okay.
But I don't think he's going to lose just because his skill set is so...
No.
His defense is so tight.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He can't defend Errol Spence. He can't defend what's the brother's name?
Them young dogs.
No, they the real champions now. All right, Floyd is a relic, but worse than that, when you talk about being influential, the reason he cannot move the needle that has to be moved he doesn't employ enough people. Floyd is about consumption, and he's earned the right to be a consumer.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
But
Damn.
we don't need to talk to Floyd as long as he's thinking like a consumer, especially when he's supporting white supremacy.
But I also think Floyd is a byproduct of this microwave society that is isolated and insulated. Me, I, my. It's a narcissistic society, and I think he's influenced by that because he's young.
Yeah. Now, Floyd is 40 years old.
He's 41, but what I'm saying is that's young today.
Well,
2019,
I agree with what
worth
you're saying.
millions of dollars, super healthy. So at 40, he young.
Well, here's what I meant by that. Floyd, and the reason I can't give him a pass, is he sat at the feet of Al Heyman. When Al Heyman came to him, he was upside down. He owed Bob Arum $5 million and was getting ready to get screwed the rest of his career.
Damn, Bobby's spilling
Al
the tea.
stepped to him
Shit.
and said, look, I got something I'm going to offer you. And I'm a witness to this. I was around when that happened through Sam Watson.
This was in
my
your
friend
ether.
for many
Yeah.
years. Okay. They put together what Floyd became the greatest beneficiary of. It was a win-win for both of them. He had that charisma because it's not always just what you do in the ring, it's what you do before the fight that generates that kind of interest that drive the numbers that pushes the prices up. Al Heyman went to Bob Arum and said, here's your $5 million. The man's contract is up. Bob Arum went into a fit because he didn't see that coming. He didn't know a brother could raise that kind of money.
Could get him out of trouble like that. Yeah.
Al Heyman graduated from Harvard's law school, then he went back and got an MBA. He's from the streets of Cleveland. So he's the trifecta. White man's worst nightmare. And he's a ghost.
And you wouldn't know him if you walked up and spit on him.
Walk up on him right now. I wouldn't know who the fuck he was.
Now, most people think Sam is Al Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's by design. Because we have not replicated success. Floyd and Lloyd Ellaby, his manager.
Yeah.
They sat right there, and especially Ellaby, and they watched what was happening. And now he started his own Mayweather promotion. But what he don't have to do is go through with other fighters who tried to do that and end up losing money because they didn't have Wall Street connection. Al Heyman went to Wall Street, some of the same cats he went to Harvard with, and they let him play with hedge fund money. They gave him $500 million.
Damn.
And he started Premier Boxing Champions. They now have over 300 fighters, and everything Floyd does in terms of the promotion side of things now, he still run that shit through Al Heyman. But what he didn't understand is that comes with a social obligation. Al Heyman has enriched all kind of black folks, fighters in the beginning, and then people who support the industry. He's surrounded by black folks, spending white folk money. And Floyd is giving his money back to white folks. It just needs to be said. I'm not taking nothing away from his right to live the way he want to live, but we also need to know how he got there and how he diverted from the script. And he got every right to do that.
Right.
But we can no longer glorify people that don't understand their responsibility to enrich the people that look like them.
Right. Because to go back to your point about a boxer, the boxer was the hero.
Yeah. Jack Johnson. Yeah.
You understand?
Hero.
Jack Johnson get in there and whoop a gang of white men's ass in a time when a nigga couldn't even look at a white man.
Yeah.
Jack Johnson got in the ring and whooped ass. So he was seen as a hero. Even the Brown Bomber. Motherfuckers is listening to the radio to hear this motherfucker whoop white ass. Yeah. Max Schmeling.
I can't watch it. I'm gonna listen to it.
I'm going to listen to this ass whooping. You understand? So a lot of time, and then to Ali.
Genius.
You understand? Ali is a hero to the people, not just because he whooped white ass, but because of what he stood for. So all of that, I mean, and you Bobby, you probably could speak to this a little bit. Ali didn't always see eye to eye with the Brown Bomber because the Brown Bomber was more like, Keep it quiet. Stay in line. Don't rock the boat.
The Brown Bomber was closer to the fallout of the slavery nuke, so to speak.
Right. And as genteel and as respectful as the Brown Bomber was to the establishment wasn't the same way towards him. The manager took his money, IRS. Go ahead.
That's still going on because, as I just described, the modern day blueprint for African American self-determination is effective collaborations. Mm-hmm. The Brown Bomber didn't have an Al Haymon. Jack Johnson didn't have an Al Haymon. Floyd Mayweather had a genius who was the peer of the De La Hoya's promotions, Aram, Lou Dewar, put HBO out of business. They out of the boxing business because of Al Haymon.
For real.
Right now. They threw in the towel. They said, man, this man is on 4 channels. He got 300 fighters. We cannot compete. His model is such an attractive and duplicatable thing. He surrounded himself with the people who could do what he couldn't do in order to make more money. Yeah. He's not a people person. That's all Sam do. Magically. Okay? Now he done trained his sons, Marcus and Brandon, to deal with the street side of the game. And they making money hand over fist. And the point that I'm making is we just have to know these things. You know, Marcus Garvey famously said, what men have done, men can do. My caveat is this. You got to know about it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you want to be somebody that squanders opportunities.
Yeah.
Right.
And they have that kind of influence. But what we're looking to do is use our natural resources to enrich communities.
Geoff, you got one eye closed. Can you see me?
I got the one eye closed because I'm grown. This is my reading eye. This is my shooting eye. I close this eye, that's your ass.
Why is it glass on both sides?
Because glassy eye because I've been smoking.
So let me ask you this, because OG we talking boxing.
He breaking it down. Go ahead.
What was the difference when Foreman and Ali? Because Don King, even though he wasn't a Bob Arum, he wasn't an Al Haymon, but when he only had one bull, and that was Mike Tyson. So Tyson, he was a people's person, right? To some degree, Floyd is, right? Do you think it's more about the passion of I did it by myself? I trained, I worked my ass off, because the tutelage that Customato gave Tyson, once Customato left, Tyson, that's why he whooped everybody, because he had no voice of reason. Like, if I'm a bully in the street and I'm a bare knuckle Broad Street bully, and the OG like, that ain't how we do this. This is how you supposed to do this, right? Floyd, a little bitty dude, Flint, they only go get us. When it come time to make money, all the white folks come get us.
Well, they don't want to waste their time.
Well,
you don't put 15 years into a white boy to do okay?
Talk that shit. Now, here's the difference. What was the difference between Foreman and Ali? Why was that situation so big? Because Ali, the movie, I saw it, but I was just like, okay, they telling a message. Because Foreman, like, I ain't saying shit. I'm just coming here to try to annihilate dude. Muhammad's sitting there like, I'm in Zaire. I'm getting busy. And they, Boumaye, he running through that neighborhood. If Floyd did that, he'd be the biggest thing in boxing. The biggest. If he went to the hood, he went to...
You saying if he took the Ali route. See,
yeah.
But remember
that's an influencer, though.
But remember what Mike
Nobody
Tyson...
Nobody want to be Frazier. Joe Frazier had he had it for a minute. Right?
No, you remember what Mike Tyson said about Mayweather? Now, I don't know if this was hate or not, but Mike was like, he's small.
That's the truth.
He was like, he can't go to school and take his kids to school. He needs a bodyguard. He's a small little man. And he wasn't just talking about his stature. He was talking about his spirit. He was like, he's small. In other words, selfish. He's a small man.
Yeah.
He said he's not the greatest. Ali is the greatest.
Because I said that to you today.
That's what Tyson said about Mayweather. Now, Mayweather made this shit about the money team.
Okay.
That's what he made it about. y'all didn't support the money team. That ain't got nothing to do with why black people as a collective, American descendants of slaves, as a collective, should be pissed off with Gucci.
All day.
Don't turn around and say, well, this is an act of self-determination. Use one of the principles of Kwanzaa. This is an act of self-determination. I'm finna go in here and show you that can't nobody tell me what to do. I'm gonna drop $40K at Gucci. Do you see how the point is missed by Mayweather?
Yeah.
Now, we ain't in a position to reprimand another man. Go do what the fuck you gonna do.
Because you're going to do it anyway.
You're going to do it anyway. But as a people, as a collective, when motherfuckers say, how come black people don't do shit? This is a perfect prime example of why we don't do shit, why we don't excel, why we don't. You get what I'm saying?
The problem, I want to say the problem is, let's say, and we go back to OG Bobby. You done seen any and everything, far as Michael Jordan come up in the game, Magic Johnson come up in the game, Kareem. You done seen all cats that stood for something. Bill Russell.
Right.
Bill Russell, that's a fucking influencer.
Right.
When KG said, I'm trying to go get a chip, you know what he did? Even though he worked out with power forward, Kevin McHale, the coacher, and you learn footwork, you go get the African soccer player, Akeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
You want to learn how to get in the post, you go get dude.
Yeah.
You go get Akeem. You go, whatever. Right. Now spin it to get there. Kevin Garnett had to humble himself and go to, he's like the Yoda.
Right.
It's Bill Russell.
I got to be quiet.
You got to shut the fuck up.
I got to shut the fuck up and learn from the masters.
So Floyd, there's nobody that's going to tell him what to do because of what? Either he doesn't listen or he don't respect who's doing the talking.
Oh, who's doing? Damn. Jeff Brown and then Bobby.
Wow. I got about 8 points. Let me see.
If you was paying attention,
that's
you'd
why
be able to jump right the fuck in.
Oh, okay. So fuck these first. I'm gonna fuck these 7. No. I'm gonna fuck these 7 points. You want to hear these 7 points? Tune in to Giraffe Balls Friday night. That's what I've started doing, ladies and gentlemen, so that I don't talk so much. I take notes and I just do this shit on my own fucking show. Now, okay.
About time you started prepping.
Absolutely, sir. I had to disagree with something much earlier. Floyd is socially young, not chronologically. Chronologically, this motherfucker was born 40 years ago.
That's fine.
So I don't care
that ain't a long time ago.
I don't care that 40 is the new 25. 40 is plenty enough time to know that Muhammad Ali was not
Wait, hold on. I'm tired of you reverse agreeing.
Wait a minute, how am I reverse agreeing?
You win it, but you reverse it. That's what
No, I'm not.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, I'm not. I can't excuse. I'm sorry. First, like y'all said before, okay, Muhammad Ali, if it was a 6'3", 223-pound, light-skinned dude knocking niggas out, Floyd would have less than half of his money. People only give a fuck because there's no heavyweights doing what Muhammad Ali did. Okay? Nobody shows up in mass to watch little dudes fight. It's like watching fat kids run. Really, people don't show up for that shit. They show up to see big dudes. If it was a Lennox Lewis type motherfucker, because there's no big dudes doing, because the Klitschko brothers, while effective, are fucking boring. Okay?
But you can't take away Floyd is a fucking virtuoso. This is
I'm
a
not.
once in a lifetime
I'm
fighter.
not.
We can't take that away.
So is
Not any longer.
So is my uncle's nephew. He plays a Stradivarius, but he can't draw a crowd either.
I'm gonna run out of here, nigga. Say something else.
I am telling you, niggas love Floyd because there's no Mike Tyson. If there was a Mike Tyson knocking motherfuckers out at the same time Floyd Mayweather was knocking motherfuckers out, Floyd Mayweather would be knocking motherfuckers out off Vegas, off down in Eugene, Nevada. He would not be at the MGM.
Fighting at Eugene, Nevada.
Yes.
Let me
Is there a Eugene, Nevada, nigga?
Let me say something.
If you cool with it, right? What's your point?
Go ahead.
Do you think that, I want to make sure I get it. In your, because I said it to Zoe earlier, what's the determined factor that you're the greatest? 0 wins?
Losses?
0 losses? Or what?
Or
the people's champ, like, because I said Zoe, the greatest fighter, the greatest boxer, He's never been beat, so he's fucking impeccable. It's Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Everybody else got a fucking. They got in the L columns. They got numbers.
Okay.
Now I'm just asking. I ain't saying it's true.
Okay.
Because the greatest fighter ever.
Yes, sir.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
It's no doubt about it. He killed a man.
Without question.
At 147 miles, and they said, what happened? He said, I knew he was in trouble the day he signed to fight me. He was that good.
Sugar Ray Robinson was.
Tell you what you did.
Ali took most of his persona, which filtered down to Floyd.
From Sugar.
From Sugar Ray
Robinson.
He
The
was
original
a
Sugar.
entertainer, fighter, boxer.
Pretty and knocking, putting niggas. Have you ever seen
Hey,
old
hey,
Sugar?
hey. For real though, Grady. For real.
He wants to see Sugar Ray.
You talk about an influencer.
Yeah.
This motherfucker influenced Miles Davis.
Yes.
Miles Davis saw how Sugar Ray Robinson was dressing and said, fuck that. I'm going to start dressing like Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, Sugar Ray Robinson had this style about him. Miles incorporated it. That gives birth to the birth of cool.
See, here's what.
Yes. Do you know what?
No, but wait, one other point, and then I'm going to throw it back to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
There was an Ali fight. Listen. Yes, sir. There was an Ali fight. Miles Davis comes into the fight late, and there's a ruckus in the crowd. Motherfuckers is looking around going, what the fuck is going on? Nigga, it's just Miles Davis coming to sit down. That's how influential Miles was. But a lot of that swag came from Sugar Ray Robinson. Geoff.
Sugar Ray Robinson was so influential. You know what Ray Charles' real name is, right? Ray Charles Robinson. But he didn't want to be, he was like, I have so much respect. I'm just going to go with Charles.
Here you are named after Grady.
Yes. You stupid.
But here's the blueprint that got overlooked. When Sugar Ray became a big star, he domiciled in Harlem. Okay. Opened up a nightclub that stayed packed.
For those of you who don't know, domicile mean live.
And Wilt Chamberlain
Murfreesboro
opened up a spot. Okay. So there was a corridor in Harlem that was controlled by black entrepreneurs who also happened to be entertainers and athletes.
Sure.
Right? We moved away from that model to the point where once you got money, you left the community.
Right.
And that's where impact really matters. A while ago, we was talking about influencers. David Banner spent $200,000 of his own money, and he spread that money when he did the God Box through merchandisers, printers, accountants, all the people that you have to use to produce an album. He was self-contained. He was. All right, he's still self-contained. And I met him through Zoe, and I thank you, like you mentioned Jerry Well, I thank you for allowing me to beat David.
Because anybody I bring into the studio, if you there, you going to meet him.
See, David is about that.
Yeah.
He is absolutely about that, man. And what he is working on right now is, because he had money the first time. He did like all the folks typically do.
Burnt through it.
He ran through it. Went back home and got with the elders and reconstructed not only his career, but his life. I was in his office in Atlanta a few months ago, and he got people that's been working for him since he got money the second time. And that's a beautiful thing to see the impact that you can have in people's lives when you can say the check is good every week. That's influence. And it has a ripple effect. Okay, you went from poverty to being somebody that not just has self-esteem, but the ability to take care of your family.
But we also can't go so deep as to say Floyd doesn't employ a lot of black folk.
Where are they?
All the people around him.
How many people is that?
I don't know. I ain't a part of the money team. Floyd, if you're accepting applications for middle-aged wisdom men, wise men. No.
You're right. He enriches strip clubs and restaurants that are not owned by black people. Floyd will go into a white restaurant and spend $100,000 just, I got it like that. Right. Not thinking about that same $100,000 could have went into a black establishment.
Which means you don't got it like that. Because when Jews say they got it like that,
it stays at home.
Or in the words of Ice Cube, in the words of the great poet laureate Ice Cube, it don't matter if you're rich and your folks ain't straight.
Damn. Wow.
It don't matter if you rich and your folks ain't straight.
But Geoff, there's the point. There's the point. Our folks ain't straight when it comes to self-love.
Right.
We got more self-hate than we have self-love.
Sure. Let me tell you why. When you get through.
And then I throw it back to you and Geoff because I want to drill down on this. More self-hate than self-love. And a lot of that self-hate comes from the inability to wear the garments of European fashion houses. Because every time we get a little piece of change, we will spend it on something strange to raise our self-esteem. I got a Gucci belt. I got a Louis bag. I got a Gucci bag. I got a Louis bag. I got a Prada. I got a Fendi.
Louis is fake.
Louis is... Do you get what I'm saying? People don't understand clothes, just clothes in general, raises a man's self-esteem. One of the things the minister, and I'm talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, did was he cleaned up black men.
That's an influence.
Let me cut your hair. Wear a suit. You get what I'm saying? And just being able to be clean and presentable made a man's back straighter.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So clothes do have an effect. My question now is, when we talk about these white brands, are they the chief cause, right, or a chief source of black self-esteem amongst black entertainers and those who idolize those entertainers?
Sure they are.
Bobby?
It comes down to marketing and knowing the value long-term of marketing. If you get a propaganda to the proper goose,
here we go.
You're going to need a Brinks truck to take the money to the bank. It don't start with the first advertisement. It's the succession and the saturation. Okay.
McDonald's still advertise.
Floyd is probably angry that he ain't sold all of his merch, or merch or whatever you call it, merchandise. Okay, because have you ever seen a Money Team commercial?
Never.
If
he
had bombarded all of the segments of and portals. I'm talking about wearing them. I'm talking about have him wearing them while he's selling them on a commercial. Because there's something about seeing a product on television.
It's the magic box.
Is the reason they charge you so much money to run a commercial. Because people respond to that over and over. All of a sudden, it influences you in a way. You go into the store, people pay a lot of money to position their product.
In certain spots in the store, yes.
For a reason. Yeah. It works.
Yeah.
Black people will start a business and have a $500 marketing budget. Sitting there waiting on somebody to come to the store that nobody knows about.
They just put their message in a bottle and went over to Venice Beach and threw it out in the water. Yeah.
That shit over, G.
It's the business side of business, man, and you have to understand that.
I'm gonna go after Geoff.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something.
I think this word now needs to be thrown over.
Okay.
Into this pile. Yeah. Shit that has hurt black people. Integration, the King James Version of the Bible, the handgun, and the word boycott. Boycott. America, black people, we are the battered wives of America. We are America's beat up wife.
Oh, shit.
Okay? Because that's what boycott means. I'm going to stay at my auntie house till my eye go down and hope you don't do this again, and I'm going to come back. Because we are too afraid. We're too fucking scared to divorce. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, the Creator's doing some good shit for me. And when you see me on the red carpet, I'm going to be head to toe, clean as a motherfucker, with Reggie Jenkins, Woody Wilson, black designers.
Android on,
Ram Omar. You ain't no sharper. You ain't no sharper with black designers than you are white ones. It's some black designers at FIT in New York that'll fuck your shit up that you ain't never heard of. It is this desire. The reason brands mean so much to black people is because black people can't wait to stunt on one another. Because you can't stunt on white folks.
But wait, also, let me add to that, because that's a very powerful point. Brands mean so much to black people because black people don't have knowledge of self.
They know.
So
they
now,
know.
now the white brand is the standard.
Yes.
You not balling without a BMW.
Thank you.
Or a Mercedes Benz or a Maybach. Now, what's that man, light-skinned man, does that convention down in Houston every year? George.
From Georgia, Frazier.
George Frazier. George Frazier said the number one selling vehicle in the black community is a BMW. But BMW of Germany puts $0 back into the black community. Even
Bavarian Motor Works.
Yeah.
Bavarian Motor Works. All tied up with Hitler. Oh, yeah. You go back to BMWs,
Sure.
Volkswagen.
Oh, no, BMW. No, that would be Audi, Porsche, and Volkswagen.
Yeah, but BMW
They all
too.
together. Yeah, BMWs.
Yeah.
BMW. The weird shit is this.
Well, Jeff is a car enthusiast. He
Yeah,
may
he
have.
I know a little bit.
Here's the weird shit that a lot of people.
Catch an attitude and see what happens. Do it in your day.
No, I just disagree.
Willie Lynch had to be the baddest motherfucker in the world. When he made that quote, "You treat a slave inhumane for a whole year, it takes him 300 years to get out of that mentality." See, the problem is that's why white folks win. You know why they win? Because niggas don't educate themselves. And if you are an educator, you talk too much.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So a cat
Too
like
many words, nigga.
right? So when they say, we'll put $1 million in that pamphlet you got over there, your dumb ass, if we put the words in there, a nice, healthy, thick book, an encyclopedia, a Webster's dictionary, it could be 100,000 in that motherfucker. Page for page, it's bread in that. 10,000. Oh, no, $300 each page. Add it all the way up to you through with the encyclopedia, whatever. We will never touch that fucking book. And the reason why we will never touch that book, because of the fear that when we did find out if we could read, white boys say, well, you learn how to read. Go get the noose.
Right.
Don't ever read in front of me, nigga.
But
Don't ever, how you know how to say that word, right? So then, hold on. When we put this shit on,
right.
this is the approval. They love the culture. They love all the shit John High run, nigga. When I really saw NFL cats doing the Columbine, when I see them do the NBA Columbine, I said, oh shit, this is the trading post.
Right.
Look at the nigga arms. Look how that nigga could jump. Open your hands up.
Right.
They get all into that. I said a joke in Hudson, Kansas. I said, you know why y'all like dicks? It's a man that made dildos, nigga. It's a man said, you know what? I'm tired of my wife wanting to fuck one of the brothers. I'm finna make me my own.
Right.
I'm gonna build a dick
I'm finna
for
go
her.
build a dick. Right?
Right.
Brothers will never do no shit like that.
Right.
We don't care.
But we don't really have the need.
Right.
The weird shit is, but we don't believe in our own. We can never believe in our own.
Right.
You doing this show, you got books, fuck that nigga. You got a show, you on cars, fuck that nigga. OG, man, that shit over with. It's about me now. Then when you say, hold up, the man goes, hey, hold on, little nigga boy.
Little nigga boy.
You're gonna pay full price to be in here, and then you eat and go around back.
Right. And can't wait. And they can't wait to do it.
Wow. This is what I'm about to do real quick. Station ID. And then I'm going to go to Bobby real quick. Listen really quickly, man. Station ID. You're listening to the voice of reason on
smart,
Dash
That's why you like
Talk X. That's why you got a show, Nick.
motherfucker. Ooh, I'm so mad. Right. Oh.
On Dash Talk X. This is the Mansion series. This is what we do. Sometimes I got to break it up because we got over 1,000 people live watching us in the chat room, but I need to address them so that they can move. This is a call to action. Chat room people. Over 1,000 people, not nearly enough likes. Everybody got to like this video.
And it's free.
It's free to like, right? Like the video.
Okay.
Okay? Like the video. Can you do that? Can everybody move their fucking cursor, mouse, or whatever the fuck device you got and like the goddamn video?
Can I co-sign? Can I please jump in on that?
Yeah.
Okay. In the words of the late, great James Hanna, how do you get a black woman to jump out of an airplane? Have a black man tell her not to. So for all the sisters in the room, please don't hit the like button. Now let's see what happens.
God
Okay.
damn it.
2, to Mike Beasy. Willie Lynch letter is 100% fake. The NOI wrote that letter. Let's deal with fake for a second, Mike Beasy. Have you ever had a Christmas tree in your fucking house? Do you believe in Santa Claus, Mike? Did you ever get a bike for Christmas, Mike? You'll ride with Santa Claus. But since the Willie Lynch letter is fabricated, maybe it doesn't make any sense. Is that what you're getting at? Are you saying that the logic doesn't apply? Are you saying that niggas aren't against one another? Old, young, black, dark skin, light skin, have not? Are you saying that those principles do not apply? It gives me a case of the fucking red ass every time I hear some fucking Jasper ass shade tree house coon discuss the validity of the Willie Lynch letter like we are all living like Dr. fucking Spock. Shut the fuck up with that shit. Let's pretend the Willie Lynch letter is fake for a second. Follow that fake shit into some real shit, because the shit the Willie Lynch letter is talking about is happening still right fucking now.
All right, and let me
Fuck out of here, it's fake. Nigga, you had a Christmas tree, didn't you?
Let me get over to Bobby. Bobby has a point, and then I'm going to do something else. Bobby, go ahead.
Okay. When Barry Sanders won the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma State, the reason it's not a part of a Black History moment is it's connected to the Willie Lynch mentality, whether the leather is mythical or not. Enough white folks figured out they have 1,500 black slaves on their property and sleep like a baby.
Come on, man.
You don't get to do that without a process. All right. Now, beyond that, back to Barry Sanders.
Yes, sir. Bobby, you just said something very powerful, and then we go back to Bobby Sanders with Bobby. God damn. Do you know Willie Lynch does not have to be real in order for the idea to work?
Thank you. I can preach out of Spider-Man.
Fuck. Go ahead, Bobby.
So, Barry Sanders won the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma State. And they envisioned having him come back because he was eligible after his junior year to turn pro. His father stepped in and said, here's what y'all don't understand. Because he had announced he was going to turn pro, and they was raising him. How could you're a turn coach, you're leaving the school, and we did all this for you. He said, let me tell you something. If my son wasn't the greatest running back of his era, would y'all give a fuck about him?
Thank you.
I got 9 other Sanders kids. I'm a roofer. All right. He the only one that can get me off that roof and show some gratitude for me feeding his ass for the last 21 years. My son is turning pro. And here's what y'all gonna really get fucked up about. It ain't gonna take no rocket scientist to know that he's going #1 in the draft. The scale of pay has already been set.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to give 2 young brothers who I done vetted that know how to deal with the contract side of this shit and bust this bullshit up. Because when an athlete signs, an elite athlete signs for however much money, he gets a fraction of that. The rest, a part of it goes to taxes, and the rest of it typically go to white folk. He buys a car.
Come on, Bobby.
Yeah.
Come on,
Somebody
man.
getting ready to go on a nice vacation because he bought a $300,000 car, and the salesman got 6%, 10%, whatever he got out of that.
And now
he
the car's
buys
worth
a house.
$175,000.
I'm just going to
He
say
buys
it again.
a house for $1.2 million. That agent has had a good year off of one guy that he knew through that connection of folks that starts with the agent.
Come on, man.
The agent sends that athlete to his people.
Right.
And typically gets a kickback. on everything. You got to have insurance for everything. You got a white person has took all of the other money that didn't go into your pocket, and it was more money than went into your pocket. The other point that I wanted to make is this. It does matter what you know and what you don't know.
Right.
Because you used to have this company, the toilet paper company. If we won't buy toilet paper from black folks.
That's right. We don't think shit about one another.
Toilet paper.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got to wipe their ass.
You remember I promoted that Freedom Paper Company.
That's what I'm talking about.
I promoted that company strong because I wanted black people to get to them.
Some things don't hurt to do. You got to buy toilet paper anyway.
Thank you.
The magnitude of that is what we haven't taught our people. For every roll of toilet paper you buy, somebody ate that looks like you.
Man, the brother opened up another factory in Houston because when we were over at T Radio V, I promoted him every day for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
The man reached out to me and said, "Who are you?"
Right.
I said, "Who are you?" I think he in the Nation.
Yeah.
Really?
Freedom Paper Company.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh, that's
The
ours.
He reached out and said, "Well, shit, who are you?"
Right.
Wow.
I said, somebody who listened to my show told me about your brand, and I just started promoting it.
Period.
There you go.
The man sent me 900 rolls of toilet paper.
That's how it is, brother.
Thank you.
That's how it is.
Thank you.
I had toilet paper for
Thank
2
you.
years.
Dear black people, every time you shit, somebody else eat.
Now,
That's the commercial.
And that's for real.
hey,
You go.
now listen, the way Bobby just laid that last
Niggas don't
piece
get it.
down,
Niggas don't get it.
the way Bobby just laid that last piece down, here's the sad truth. Brother in America who strived to make it to the top, quote unquote, per se. Everything you got that defines success has a white man's name on it. How can you
about Mike Beasley?
So listen to what I'm saying now. Listen to what I'm saying. This is not to deride you or disrespect you for your hard work.
Yeah.
Right? You've put yourself in a position to provide for your family. Right? You done educated some family members. You done fed motherfuckers. That's what you supposed to do as a man.
Absolutely.
But just like dating a white woman, if you gain self-esteem from the white man's social benchmarks, you still a broken man. You not fully a man. See, a man defines himself. Now, I don't know Floyd. I don't know if he's defined by a Fendi jacket or a Gucci this or a Prada that, but he prances around and he promotes a lot of that. He might be a totally different motherfucker off camera.
I got 32 Bugattis.
But I have to be very clear here. There's no difference in a man who's a farmer that's raising goats, that has 5 acres that he's turning over and putting food and providing for his kids than a Floyd Mayweather. See, the only difference is you got all of these white brands, these European brands, and that elevates your ego. But if we look at the function of provision, that farmer providing, that farmer feeding, that farmer is employing.
Really quick.
Go ahead, Bobby, and then
Real
Geoff.
quick. Floyd is defeating his own brand. The money team. If you seen coming out of a Gucci store and telling the world how important it is for you to have made all this money so you can go in a store and buy some shit that's just got a patch on it, because it was made in the same goddamn sweatshop.
Same fuck down the
You see
road.
what I mean? And what he has done is defeated his own brand. He shouldn't be in nothing but TMT shit.
Yeah.
And developing it. Floyd, here's a great idea.
You just made Gucci more valuable.
Right. Here's a great idea. do what Louis Vuitton did. Louis Vuitton went and got the baddest black designer,
Dapper Dan,
and hired him. Not Dapper Dan.
Not Dapper Dan?
No.
Okay.
This is a young brother.
Oh.
And hired him so that their legacy of fly shit can keep going. You know, black people is the salt of the earth. Ain't nothing fly unless we put it on, unless we make it fly.
stamp it.
Right?
Simple.
So, Floyd, go get the next black designer and create your brand. Right? Or go find the nigga Ramomar and fund his brand. Do you see? Listen, this is what niggas don't understand. You think provision only pertains to your family. Provision also pertains to your community.
Right.
And not just in the form of, the Muslims call it zakat, charity. Not just in the form of charity. Here, all right, let me give you this. I don't wear this shit no more. Yeah. No. Sometimes provision is giving people the tools to do the shit themselves.
Precisely.
And then feeding back into that. Geoff Brown and then RZA.
Does your extra count if you waste it?
Oof.
Does your extra? I'm gonna tell you what Floyd looks like. Floyd is a microcosm of America. Do you know why other countries hate us so much? It's because we have so much food. We have game shows where we play with it. We have water. Motherfuckers are dying of thirst, and we have water challenges. So that's why the rest of the earth hates us. Floyd's extra. Your extra. The money you have, and I'm a car fanatic, the money you have for a slew, a fleet of cars over 6 digits, does it count if I don't know? Because I don't give a fuck about what you do that I don't know about, because I know about your cars. Does it matter if the grammar school you went to don't have a computer lab that rivals computer labs in Silicon Valley? Because it could. They could. With the money you about to spend tonight on strange titties, you could turn the lives of an inner city group of kids around.
That's why I said. That's why
truth,
I said,
man.
Shorty is no influencer.
No, I hear what you.
That
now,
brings us back to go.
Bring it right back.
Shorty is no influencer. The reason why he's not an influencer is because of that alone. And he's from Grand Rapids.
And Michigan still got water issues. Now, I'm not saying
he ain't got to go get the money water. He ain't got to do that retarded shit. But he could talk to, what's my man? They don't really pump no more. Akon.
Right.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, Akon's smart cat.
When they said the brother in Zimbabwe that's worth $9 billion, or would you take ideas from Jay-Z? No, I would take it from the brother that's worth $9 billion because he doing it in Nigeria.
Right.
Because he knows something that I don't know.
Right.
Which is the elements.
Right. If you worth $9 billion American and you in Africa, yeah, I'm gonna listen to you.
RZA.
You have
Islam.
an $18 million watch on your wrist. You can open up 18 independent black-owned banks, give out loans to every black-owned business, and literally have the people come out of economic slavery overnight. $18 million watch. I don't know what purpose you would have to have so much money walking around on your wrist. He promoted the company, and this is one thing that people have to understand when it comes to this boxing scenario, when they try to say, or when he made the foolish remark about him saying that he's better than Muhammad Ali. Okay, brother, weight class, character, class, as a man, in every way, Muhammad
Love
Ali
of God.
trumps him. Pardon the pun of Trump. But he absolutely in no way, the only thing he reflects is the lack of self-knowledge, the lack of integrity, the lack of knowing exactly who your people are, and he believes truly that you can rise above the condition of your people. According to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, no one man or woman can rise above the condition of his or her people. You may think you are doing well because they allowed one nigga to get in the ring to fight for their entertainment again. But that does not mean your people are doing just as well as you. And once the enemy comes and turns on you, because you will be too damn proud to where you will start to try to bite the hand that feeds you, they will show you just how much and how quickly of a nigga you are. And once they do that, you will try to come back to your people, and you have already burned the bridge to cross back over here. And so as a warning, he should be warned by certain people in his circle. And he should be educated, because the other part of this is that the brother cannot read well, which means he was never truly given knowledge of self. So to a degree, we can't entirely attack him. We have to be responsible and educate him if he chooses to receive it. But if we reach out and if we offer the education and then he rejects it, then we can say, good riddance, brother, you have already made your grave.
Let me tell you something.
And I say that out of love.
I use this all the time. You can have success doing shit the wrong way.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You can find success doing it. Look at Sean Marion. That jump shot.
Horrible.
It's a horrible jump shot, but that motherfucker went in from time to time.
It count.
Here's the problem with doing the shit the wrong way and getting success. You don't think you need to improve. You don't think you need to change. At some point, when that shot kept going in for Sean Marion, no disrespect, Sean, I love your game, nigga. You played hell of a defense. But when the shot go in, you go, well, fuck it. I don't need to change this shit. It go in. But as you keep going to higher levels, you need a higher level of skill, too. Then you start seeing the flaw in the shot. Same thing with Lonzo. In high school, that shot's okay, nigga. Behind your head, shooting from your hook. That's what
Shoot from your hook.
shoot from your hook. Right? You understand? That shit work in high school. Started to work a little less at UCLA. But you wasn't there long enough for niggas to really expose your ass with that shit. You get to the league, it's like, you don't get that slingshot.
Shooting like my sister's kids.
You see what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making for Floyd, you've had success. And you're a man, and you're a human being on top of that, and we all make mistakes. But to make this about you and miss the whole point of the one thing that has eluded us. See, boxing is a single man sport. It's like tennis. It's just about you and your opponent. So there's an individuality and a sense of ego attached to it. If you a bad motherfucker in boxing, you think you can defeat the world. That's what we've turned boxing champions into. But you got to remember, like Ali did, my community matters more than this belt. That's the separation between Ali and Floyd. The community meant more than the belt.
Absolutely.
Geoff?
That brings us back to the greatest conversation. Dear athletes, for the next 500 years, all greatest means is what you used your physicality to make outside of what you do great. Meaning, I don't give a fuck how fast you run. You're going to slow down. I don't give a fuck how far you can throw a ball. Your arm going to give out. I don't give a fuck how many dudes you can beat up. You're going to get old. What did that platform afford your people? And that is where it puts a foul taste in my mouth when I speak to dudes who are too young to have watched Muhammad Ali actually fight. When they compare directly Muhammad Ali to Floyd Mayweather, there is no comparison.
Never.
Here, prime example. In Chicago, Floyd, you might remember this. Muhammad Ali used to have a red Rolls Royce with a white interior. It came up missing. They went on the radio on WGCI and said somebody stole Muhammad Ali's Rolls Royce.
That bitch back.
In 45 minutes, it was sitting behind a police station with a note on the seat that said, "We sorry, champ. We didn't know it was yours. Mayweather will get jacked tomorrow. These niggas ain't bringing his car back because he ain't done nothing for him."
All the neighborhood goons, Mr. T followers, Mr. Pierce, Tony McCoy. These are old street gangsters I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so I always try to tell, I ain't gonna say tell, I always look at the streets. The streets dictate. The streets dictate.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So when you make the bread, you gotta go home. Right? You gotta go home. You gotta go to the streets first.
Right.
Yeah. But once you miss the streets will start to develop with you.
Right.
There was one thing that Muhammad Ali, or should I say, Floyd Mayweather has in common. One thing, and that is not with Muhammad Ali, that is with Cassius Clay. Prior to when this man was resurrected mentally from the grave of ignorance, which is what we refer to being a Negro, meaning you do not have the knowledge of self, you don't have the knowledge of the time, you don't have the knowledge of the devil, you don't have the knowledge of God, you have no idea what is to be done currently. He was Cassius Clay. He was proud, he was prideful. He was all about Cassius. I am the greatest, he would say. I am the greatest.
Yeah.
The moment he was humbled and he went to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and he was given knowledge of self, he started to learn about his people, his history, his culture. Name Muhammad, meaning one who was worthy of praise and one who was praised much, which is now the most common name in America. Muhammad Ali, king, he was given that name, and then he started to say God is the greatest. God is the greatest. He started to switch it to the original power and started to take it away from self as though you made yourself.
Yeah.
So Floyd Mayweather, has something in common with the old, ignorant, proud version of what later transformed and evolved into who now we refer to as Muhammad Ali. And he forgot who was in his corner, because every time you go on a break per round, you go back and sit your ass down with your people who give you an extra breath, some water, they clean your face off, they tell you where you're doing wrong and what you can do to make it right. But he continues to forget his team, his people in the corner, and then his people, which were in his corner, and we almost leaving them completely.
Bobby G.
Not just to isolate so much on Floyd, but use him as an example. A couple years ago, it's called the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It cost more than $1 billion to construct that.
Wow.
The gentleman I've mentioned frequently on this show, Wendell Stimley, was one of the contributors in terms of
Models of possibility.
Construction management on that project. He made a lot of money. If he could have, we tried to get to Floyd when they was in the design phase of this project. Had Floyd just took a microphone and said, I'm a resident of Las Vegas, it's some taxpayers' money tied up in this project. I'm sitting here with Wendell Stimley. Pass the microphone to Wendell, and another probably 35 to 40% of a $1 billion project would have went to black labor and black contractors. That's the power of celebrity. We don't always need them to give us no money. Use your platform.
Show up.
To move money.
Right. Now
that you are leveraged with, because that stadium, what they use it for? Fights.
Yeah.
Now, let me do this real quick, Bobby. You're listening to Mansions. It's Wednesday night, February 13th. We got an incredibly stout. They use stout to describe my son's defense. New Williams is stout on D. Okay. We have an incredibly stout panel. August panel. This is like the Kryptonian Council. Yeah, the state of the Brotherhood Union.
All right now.
We in here speaking. You might not agree, but we gonna tell you how we feel.
Yes, sir.
Indifferent to how you feel. Yeah, dig. Now, let me say this. Moving away from Floyd, y'all saw the video with Steve Harvey arguing.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
I saw it. Rizza, you saw it.
What happened? What happened, G?
But I'm gonna throw it to Rizza.
Go ahead, Reed.
Before I throw it to Rizza, God damn.
Thank you. Say that part.
Fuck.
He put us back.
Oh man.
He put us back.
Well, let me just say this. Steve is 60. So let's just remember that. Listen.
He's worth $100 million.
You know what I understood? You know what I understand by a lot of people? A lot of people think from the space of their generation.
Very
so
true.
it's very difficult for them to see beyond whatever social game rules were implanted in them in their generation.
How old would Malcolm X be today? He'd be a little older than 60, right?
No, he would be in his 90s,
Okay,
80s or something like that.
I'm sorry, that kills the 60-year-old shit.
Hold on, Geoff. I wasn't finished setting up what I'm
Bar
trying to set up. See, this nigga Geoff.
I'm
is
sorry.
beautiful.
I'm sorry.
Chicago, you gotta let
The
him
motherfucker
have it.
beautiful. He's
Sorry.
he's a bull in a china shop. You try to set something up, Geoff say, fuck what you set up.
You gotta let him rock. You gotta let him rock.
Your setup mean nothing in here. I'm one of these niggas that knock over tables.
Oh my God.
That's my impersonation of Grady.
Of Grady doing job.
I'm knocking over tables.
I'm knocking shit over.
Is this the temple, nigga?
Sister, you're a whore.
Y'all selling shit in here? This is a temple.
You're a whore.
I'm knocking shit over. That's what Geoff do. He steps all over your setup.
I'm sorry.
Fuck!
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, everybody in the chat room right now, there's too many motherfuckers in here enjoying this shit. Dash Radio listeners, Dash Talk X. This is a premiere show right now. It's live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But on Wednesday, we do mansions where men come and build. These ideas aren't perfect. We don't know everything. We don't know the behind the scenes about none of this shit. But we have our opinions. Now, I'm going to get some phone callers in here, but I need everybody in the chat room to hit that super chat button. I need you to hit that like button. I need you to hit that share button. Now, Rizza.
Yes, sir. I ain't hear this.
I saw the video. Just just describe the video and then give me your take, brother.
Steve Harvey was reteaching Monique on how to follow the sellout manual.
Damn.
You know that nigga, don't you?
Oh, used to write for him. I know him very well.
You know that nigga, don't you?
I know him very well.
And although I did my best to really listen to it, and she did her best too. And if everyone who watched it was looking at her steam and how disgusted she was by him trying to convince her that she was wrong for maintaining integrity. She chose to stand on integrity and she said, Steve, I hear what you're saying. He said, this is not the black man's game. This is not the white man's game. This is, well, let me go ahead and correct his statement. He's actually 100% correct when it comes to not being the white or the black man. No, it's the international banking Zionist Ashkenazi Jews game. Let me be very clear, which is also Caucasian regardless. So yes, you could say white, but just be very specific. Yes, it is their game entirely, but the white man works directly under them and they are cousins. So that's number one. Number two, he said this is not the white man's game or the black man's game. This is the money-making game, the money game. She said, but wait a minute, Steve. Before it was the money game, it was the integrity game. And she said, we lost our integrity and we left the integrity game for the money game, Steve. And then he said, well, hold on, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. And he literally started jiving.
Old foghorn,
he actually started
ass.
to, well, wait a minute. So I'm just in there. Hold on, Monique. You got to understand. I said, wait a minute. Right. I said, this right here, it was disgusting to watch such a display right after the blackface history lesson has been taught in the last 2 to 3 days. For him to get up there and start jiving and dancing for Massa because he know Massa's watching. And I love Steve for the work that he has done and for whatever good he does continue to do. However, to tell a black woman at this time in America, right after this situation with the blackface and all of this came out, to tell her that she's basically, in so many words, listen, you should just take the money. Don't maintain integrity. You should. He said, you can't tell me that I'm going to sit here. I need to not feed my family. He said, I shouldn't not feed my family. No, I'm going to make this money, get the money.
But see, this is why
it disgusted me. And there's so much I could say about it, but it was just so disgusting.
When is enough? Isn't Steve worth probably $200 or $300 million?
He's worth $140 million as of right now.
But see, this is why I always default to this thing, the generational mindset. Because if you listen to what he said, and then I'm going to go to Geoff because Geoff got a counter for the generational thing. Mm-hmm. But if you listen to what he said, if I break down, my children break down.
Mm-hmm.
My grandkids break down.
Perfect sellout.
Again, this is the old template that says all men do is provide.
Mm-hmm.
But there's multiple ways to provide.
Right. You can get the bag by maintaining your integrity.
Gosh. You can still get the bag by maintaining, but the route, you got to remember, Steve is 60.
Right.
I remember one time Bobby was on the goddamn show, and he explained the body posture and attitude you needed to have back in the day when going on a job interview as a black man. Bobby said you got to cast your eyes down. You got to lower your voice. It was all types of shit that a motherfucker today who didn't understand what they had to go through just to get work back then, what they had to do. You get what I'm saying? Steve is from that place. Everything Steve is talking about is being able to buy shit. If you really listen, providing for his family, getting them through college, getting them opportunities, and this, that, and the third. But what you guys heard me say this before. What is the number one way to be successful as a black man in corporate America? Capitulation.
Yes.
Of course. You can't be no dog. D-A-W-G.
Yeah, you can't be a hog.
You can't be no hog. Gary Payton met my son when he was in the 8th grade. First thing Gary Payton said to my son Marcus was like, yo, he going to high school. He about to be on the varsity team. Gary Payton said, is you a hog? My son was like, what the fuck is this? Is you a hog, nigga?
Are you hungry?
Gary Payton, nigga, is you a hog? That mentality works on the court, but it don't work in corporate America.
Yeah.
Because the moment you show that you're a real black man and your integrity matters more than that man's signature on your weekly check. I'm not trading your signature for my integrity. Steve comes from that era where they had to do that. So that's where he's at, bro.
I'm jumping up and down.
Get in there.
One, I used to write for Steve Harvey.
Say it again, brother.
Hi, my name is Geoff Brown. I have written for most black comics you think are funny by themselves.
Take credit then, Nick.
Let me tell you this right now. I say this.
As he should.
I say this. I address Steve Harvey directly. This is Geoff Brown. Hey, bruh.
Geoff Brown, didn't I sign your check?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In love, Steve. In love. Officially. With your conversation with the sister Monique. I got a raggedy 60. No, it ain't raggedy. It's nice. I got a 65 Thunderbird. I got a 90 Jag that don't run. I got a 64 Triumph that don't run. I like old cars. But I, right now as I sit here, Steve, am a freer black man than you. Do you know why? Because of the people you brought up, your children and your grandchildren. Do you know the difference, the decided disadvantage that your grandchildren have that mine will not?
Let's
is
go,
that
Geoff.
there is no footage
Let's go.
anywhere on earth
Hold it
of
over.
me capitulating and shaming black people for standing on their own 2 feet.
Answer.
And because of that money you have,
Handsome love.
because of that money and that footage, if your lineage follows your direct advice, they will be neutered as you are.
You shut your mouth now.
And I say that in love, bruh. And I know you know my phone number. You used to call it for jokes. Holla at me.
You shut your mouth now. Listen now, you shut your mouth. You want to eat? You want to eat?
Oh, no.
You want to eat?
Bruh, I'm going to eat. Because I'm going to tell you what.
Hey, shut your mouth.
I'm going to tell you what. Before my kids go hungry, I'm from 60th and Damon. Something will come up missing, bruh.
Hey, wait. Go
Something
ahead,
come
Bob.
up missing.
Go ahead, Bob.
The question becomes, thank you, Brother Reese, for saying what his net worth is.
Yes, sir.
If you got accumulated $140 million, you have
That's fuck you money.
You have bought the right to buy advertising and tell everybody, if you don't like the way I am, you can kiss my ass because you cannot hurt me
Fucking
or
ass.
my children or my grandchildren because I'm not giving that money back to you.
No.
I have bought the right to be a grown-ass motherfucking man.
Steve Harvey's freedom obviously costs more than $140 million. Obviously.
Because I'm really one. I'm not okay. I'll say it this way, brothers, because I'm not going to.
No. Go ahead.
Go
now.
ahead. Hit him with it. Hit him with it, bro.
Don't stop
Come
now.
on, bro.
Censor
Come
yourself.
on. Bring it on, God.
God damn
Not
it.
you.
Look.
Not you.
Right. See, I'm heading to Chicago tomorrow
Yes, sir.
to meet with the minister for Savior's Day. So my energy that I'm having is being drawn from there.
Yes.
Right.
Minister Farrakhan said, those of you who are the elders in the generation, some of you will have to die in order for the current generation to live. Now, see, this is why I said I want to be careful with what I say, but he said it before and he made it publicly known. He said, those of you who are the weak of this elderly generation, he said, some of you in my age group and a little younger are one of the greatest stumbling blocks in the progress of our children. And he said some of them will rise up and kill you for the lies that you continue to tell them, and you made them weak. So where their future would have been brighter if you would not have been in the way. Wow. So with Steve Harvey, I'll say it this way, because I will be meeting him one day very soon, God willing. I'm one of those who doesn't give a damn about how much money you have. I have no interest in being a part of this enemy system. I really don't give a damn what they say. You can't buy me. My nuts are there. I checked this morning.
Come on, bro.
Minister Farrakhan teaches us to make sure you got to carry strong testicles if you're going to go against this enemy. $140 of a net worth with Steve Harvey, plus Floyd Mayweather's net worth, plus P. Diddy's net worth, plus, hell, Chris Brown, all of the net worth. They can come together and create independent everything.
Tomorrow.
But your fear of this white man and his system and what he will do to you is what prevents you from running toward your freedom. Yes. So until then, Steve Harvey will be the House Negro Pied Piper of House Negroes currently. He will be that, and none of us will respect him or anybody who continues to encourage us to be a part of this damn system, which is absolutely going to fail.
Oh, my Lord.
How do you... Listen here.
In love.
Here. Let me tell you something, young brother. You's articulate. You're smart.
Breaking him down Mississippi style. Mississippi style.
But I've been given the keys as a gatekeeper to keep your kind out.
Of course.
Because you don't know how to behave in Massa's house.
I build my own.
Now, Massa done taken good care of me.
Who on that name? Wait, who that on that name?
Who that on that name? See, because that's that coon talk.
Yes.
Wait a minute. What was the character's name that said who that on that nag in Django? I believe his name was Steven.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I just figured I'd bring that up.
But no, let's come back.
We comics.
Let's come back and ask the question about our affiliations.
So let me say this to RZA's point. You see what he just broke down? He broke down, that's at least $1 billion, $500 million.
No, he way over.
No. We're saying, he said Chris Brown,
P. Diddy,
influencer. Diddy, influencer. Floyd, somewhat. Steve Harvey, Jordan, all the top. I don't even think it's the scarcity that we won't have them to be above us. I think it's more like, I'm not finna empower you, nigga.
So are we really men if we're afraid to shit on the platform after we've reached the top of it?
No, we're not.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
No, we're not men then.
I think it's a design. I think it's, what would you do to the hood?
Go ahead. You talking to Grady?
No. This is an open question.
Hey, I'll tell you what I'll do.
Oh, you stupid. No. What would you do? What would you do to or with or for the hood if all the Shaqs and all the Emmett Smiths and all the Frank Thomases was just walking the street in the hood, loving and protecting it? What the fuck you gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. So that I don't have that, I'm going to take your strongest, your smartest, and your fastest, and I'm going to pull them from you, pacify them with these trinkets, and leave your sheep to my wolves. That is what has happened. So this concept, think about when you just said, and it just hit me, thank you, Creative, for this, when you just said all of the top, it hit me that all of the top, the cream was selected off of the top and said, okay, we're going to give you these meaningless trinkets because you can't really use this shit. Your money is not money. It's coupons. It's coupons. It can be used for what we deem. You can buy all the Bentleys you want. Buy a school, motherfucker. You're going to have some static.
But this is what I need to know from you, Geoff. Why does Steve and Whoopi seem to have the same talking points as it pertains to Monique, trying to tell her what she needs to do in order to get to the next level.
I see why.
Is that gatekeeper talk? Then great.
Okay,
I'll
I
answer
see
last.
why.
I'll go last.
Okay,
Go
I see
ahead.
why. Okay, think of them all as children, special needs children.
Riddling.
And yes, they're special needs, not even from the crazy side of the game, from the physical side of the game. And they're all on Massa's porch. Monique was coming up the steps of Massa porch.
Yes, she was.
And she turned around and looked at some shit and went, and started stepping back down because this ain't right.
She saw the sweat box.
Yes, sir. She saw the sweat box. So they're up on the porch going, Monique, you the one. You the one. Girl, you can say I'm sorry from here. You ain't out in the field. You still up on the steps. If you say sorry, you can come on up here with Massa. Come on now.
He's
That's
sitting
why
in his
she
favorite chair.
Thank you.
In the den.
Sipping a mint julep, deciding who he gonna fuck next. Oh, you can come on. I'm standing here. I'm trying to get. So she is within arm's reach. You already have the Oscar. You already have Monique will light a fucking scene on fire if she just show up. You already got all the talent. All you got to do is in front of Great Xerxes is bow.
Xerxes was a nigga. We got to choose somebody white.
We got to choose somebody white?
Yeah.
Ptolemy.
Okay, I just used the scene.
The great Ptolemy.
Okay, Ptolemy. Okay. All you got to do, all we need you to do is bend the knee like we done bent. Look what we got over here. I ain't got no Oscar, but look at all this money I got. I ain't got look at Whoopi. I got all four. I'm an EGOT. All you got to do is do it my way, and you can be on the EGOT road. And she like, nah, fuck that. That's what I think is going on.
Grady.
Well, you got to understand, I'll say this. Far as being a comic up in the game, Whoopi, comic, legendary, right? Tina Fey had a show out. She was worth $56 million. Not one Oscar, not one Emmy, not a Tony. Whoopi is worth $20 million. Oscar, Academy Award winner.
Got all of them.
Got all of them.
EGOT.
She got all of them, OG. She's worth 20. Right? She was married to Ted Danson. She got a piece of that he, you know what I mean?
I don't think they was married. I think they was just fucking around.
He gave her the bread now.
Oh, did he?
Oh, she got a piece of that bread. But the point is, when you get there to the top,
you gonna give up that bread.
Comedy life is very difficult. Even though in the comics, he said he wrote for him. He writes for Lopez, and he writes for D.L. Hughley. Jeff Brown, right there. Whatever the fuck he gonna say about comedy, I'm gonna listen.
Right.
The difference is,
except for me,
when them old niggas get it, Bobby, they never pass the torch. The last time somebody passed the torch was Eddie Murphy with Arsenio and closed the door.
Yeah.
Okay? People don't remember that. So now when we say, hey, you got the top, everybody's aspiring to shoot. We can't even shoot at the mountain because that's 3,200 above sea level. How we get up there? And it's nowhere to we don't even have chalk like they rock climbing. Right? So now, when you say the top, Whoopi, Steve, the comics, the comedians, Monique said, hey, this is unfair. This is unfair. This is unfair. And they say, well, I'll school you on how to understand what you're trying to get. My daddy used to call it eat the cheese. You already know it. That's Mississippi talk. Learn how to eat cheese. My daddy, not that he was house nigga, he said nothing. But then when he said, son, when he found out I was doing stand-up and I didn't tell the family, my daddy was a mathematician. When he tried to go to Columbia College on on Michigan Avenue, my dad wants to do stocks. White man told him, there are no nigga stockbrokers. Do you understand? So when you put all that in there, you can't have what we have. We only let a select few. We don't give a shit about you getting an Oscar, Hattie McDaniels. You a big broad. We don't give a fuck. We never support that. Right? So now when you turn it back into acceptance, Shorty understood, meaning Monique understood, hold on, I'm viable in India. There's 1 billion people in India. They gave her the key. She could have went the other route and understood and built her own mantra and say, oh shit, I I got 1 billion people paying attention to me. Fuck the United States. She didn't do that. She wanted to be compensated. Once Whoopi told her, leave that husband manager of yours, play the game with these Anglos, I understood both. I'm not a fan, but I understood both. Play the game, shut up. Dude don't know what he doing. Leave your husband, go get you somebody else that play the game and understand that conversation, because when you're trying to do international sales, that's what the fuck you needed.
They have ran out of golden tickets to make rich Negroes in Hollywood. Rich niggas are no longer, they have the capacity. They have capped out now on passes and room to let certain Negroes in, as my brother was saying, to bring them in to the elite. They don't have any more room. So what are they doing? They're going to push them down to the next level. So if you're a rapper, if you're a singer, you're an artist, good. They'll help you to, promote your music and things like that. But you will not make it to the elite. For example, Harvey is an English name. You take that as you may. Whoopi Goldberg. Goldberg is a Germanic, specifically German Ashkenazic Jewish name, meaning a mountain or a hill of gold. She is Jewish. What did I say earlier about those who have the keys and who has the gate entirely? Those are the ones who run this. She is a part of them. So therefore, she is not going to allow any other black person, which is why the talking points are the same for Steve Harvey, Ellen DeGeneres, Whoopi Goldberg, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For when it comes to black people who are pushing to maintain integrity, they have the same talking points. Why? Because they have the same person printing out the same script. The same exact group of people, which happens to be the Ashkenazi, Khazarian Jewish people who run everything in Hollywood and in this country and pretty much the world when you're talking about the international bankers. So that is exactly what we're dealing with, and that is exactly why there will not be any more major rich black folks who are elite, because that time has expired. So very simple.
I met a brother today,
and then I'll come back to you.
They told me a story about a man who should be lionized, but for our misunderstanding of value. His name is Eddie Noel, Noel. In December of 1954, he had a skirmish in Mississippi with some white folks that got very violent. He shot when this guy tried to literally take his wife from him. Like, come on, go with me. Homeboy wasn't having that, and he was a marksman. He dealt with that dude. They sent the cops at him. He shot and killed one and wounded 6 others. Then they went to his house. The door was open when they got there. Mm-hmm. And he knocked down the first 10 people came through that door. And they had, I think it was 1,000 people looking for him. And they never found him. Name is Eddie Noel. The point I'm making is we keep overlooking the models of possibility in every genre.
Yeah.
And we settle for folks that don't have the value system that catapult a people out of poverty, slavery, subjugation, anything that dehumanizes a person. There are people that look like us from the beginning of time that didn't take no shit. Yeah. Case closed.
And in the words of Razkaz, Jews run it, niggas run around in it.
Wow. Right.
So
3 groups of people run Hollywood: gays, Jews, and gay Jews. And if you have a problem with either 3 of those, those are the 3s that run it.
Now here's the thing that I'm gonna offer, because it don't matter how old you get, you still gotta read. Mm-hmm. You still gotta study. Yeah. And I don't know if the brother Steve Harvey or even Floyd Mayweather has even read these books, but I'm gonna offer a couple of book selections, because especially in context of what Steve told Monique when he said this ain't a white game, this ain't a black game, this is a money game. Yeah. First off, money is racism.
Come on, brother. Who's facing
money undergirds racism.
Come on, brother.
MLK was killed because he was coming for the money.
Precisely.
And he was giving the examples. Land grants and all types of government funding to European peasantry. And when he started uncovering that, they said, okay, this nigga talking about the money. We got to get him out of here. Okay, so money is a part of racism. Don't ever think it's not. If you still think it's not, There's a book, The Color of Law.
Absolutely.
A forgotten history of how our government segregated America. One of the best ways to get bread is through home ownership.
How about it?
But if you're a nigga, your money is no good here.
Come on,
See, they told Quincy Jones that when he first moved to Bel Air. They said, niggas ain't this, no. Niggas don't know. They don't live here. It's called redlining. So for you to, you 60
Yes.
and you don't know this,
Right.
read this. Money empowers racial and wealth gaps in America. 90% of the nation's wealth is in the hands of white people. Only 2.6% of the nation's wealth is in the hands of black folk. And you telling me money? It ain't a black game, and it ain't a white game. It's a money game. Do you know we only live on a third of the available land in America? The rest of the shit is wilderness.
Yes.
But the part that is inhabitable, 85% of that, 90% of that is owned by white people.
And it didn't used to be that way.
But I don't want to get derailed off this point, but I understand what you're saying.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The point that I'm making, because that wealth gap leaped.
Oh, yes.
There was a time where we were kind of in step with them with wealth because we was left to ourselves.
Yes.
That was right after Reconstruction.
You understand? So I know that part, Geoff, but the time we live in today, the shit was orchestrated and constructed for us to fall off and this wealth gap to constantly widen.
Correct.
So to say it ain't black or white is childish.
Literally.
It's infantile. It's uneducated.
Yeah, go down to 6th Street.
See, you don't need plaques on your wall. You don't need degrees to be educated. You can. Malcolm picked up a book in jail.
Come on, brother.
you.
Do you understand? So that's the point that I'm trying to make. There's irresponsibility because whether we like it or not, Steve Harvey is an influencer.
Of course.
And we got to respect that. He has power. But he has to be careful with how he wields it because he can wound those who he could possibly inspire by delivering the wrong information.
And I can say today, brother, what he did with that display by being with Monique, he was putting her fire out, which as of right now, being a black man in America silencing a black woman for doing what is right makes you look like a white man.
Wow.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
I'm about to throw my hat in this one. I'm about to throw something
Very
through this
dangerous.
window.
So you decided to allow her to come on your show because you thought she was just going to shuck and jive and bow down to the winks and to go ahead, sister, go along with me.
But
it's very dangerous what he did.
You hitting something very powerful because that's an example of making a woman feel small.
Yes.
See, a lot of times that get thrown around.
When she's right.
She was right there, and you tried to make her feel small. One more book, and then to you, Geoff, because we got 1 minute. Capital.
Yes.
In the 21st Century by Thomas Piketty. It's 800 pages. I got it. I read it. But it breaks down that at no point in time has wealth been more calcified than it is now. And the wealth gap is growing faster than the national GDP.
Right.
So what the fuck you mean? This ain't a black or white thing. It only take 300,000 to get into the top 5% of black families in America.
It's like he said,
but there's over 15 million white families with
over
$1 million or
$1 million.
It's like he said Kool-Aid is real juice. I mean, he really.
Fuck is you saying?
That's how insane it was for him to say that.
Okay.
It was blatantly idiotic. It was insulting, really.
Yeah,
damn.
I think what hurts my feelings the most about this is yet again, like I have said, it is not entirely white people's fault that black women do not respect us. They don't respect us because we haven't proven yet that we will die for them.
He didn't protect them.
No, he didn't. And again, shout out to Monique. Again,
absolutely.
The black woman has shown more balls than the black man.
Business.
The black women who got together, who were they who denied, who turned down playing for the Super Bowl? Who was it? Was it Beyonce? Who else?
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Yeah, they all, yeah.
All these black women showed more balls than the brothers who showed up to play.
All you got to do is behave and they'll give you a chance,
Including
girl.
those gay cheerleaders.
Sad.
One quick addition to what Geoff was saying. As important it is to die for your woman, it's a better deal for you if you kill for her.
Ooh. Absolutely.
But you got to bring ass to get ass, Uncle Bobby.
I understand.
You're going to have to bring ass to get ass.
But the objective should be
That's
to be
real.
the one
That's
in
real.
court representing what happened.
Yes.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
Really quickly. Where do they find you, brother? RizzaIslam.
Yes. Everything RizzaIslam, Instagram @_RizzaIslam, Twitter @Islam Rizza, RizzaIslam.com. If you would like to book me for speaking engagements, I'll be in Chicago and then back LA and then back to Atlanta.
Geoff Breezy.
Tomorrow, inappropriate hour, 11 to 1, right here at Dash Radio. This weekend, Giraffe Balls, Friday and Saturday, 11 p.m. YouTube.
And you understand that this man has a show of his own, the Wolfman Jack Hour.
It's your boy Ray Grady, man. At Grady Comedy, Instagram, Twitter, Ray Grady, Facebook. I do have a show. Shout out to Zoe Williams, executive producer on my show here, Ray Grady Radio on Dash Talk X, and be sure to download the iStar app. See Ray Grady. iStar, Bobby.
Okay, you can get my book, Real Men Don't Play, on Amazon for now, or if you want to get it directly on a signed copy from me, just holler at me on Twitter @Glanton-Smith or Facebook, Bobby Glanton-Smith. I'm coming back on the air in a few days. I taped a show earlier about models of possibility. And I'm going to build on that because these are folks that are flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Just like you. You just don't know about them, and they getting it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Mansions. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Zoe Williams, I got to sign out, but we'll be back next Wednesday with another fresh edition of Mansions. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Friday, the Voice of Reason returns with the ladies. Got a whole new set of ladies in there. It's crazy. They building, they opening up, sharing more information. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Zoe Williams, and I'm out.
All right, Celebrity Theater. It's Friday.
Man, I'm growing on you, bro.
Oh, yes, sir. I appreciate you, black man. Oh, man.
YouTube. Y'all still on. Don't play me. Everybody should go get a copy of the holographic relationship right now. It's 1,300 motherfuckers in here.
Give it up.
Come on, man. Go to my website right now, IamZoeWilliams.com. Click shop. Hold on, let me
I don't even want a mic.
Jeff Brown. There we go. Click shop. Click books. And order that book right now. I need you guys to move us past 500 pre-orders. It's too many motherfuckers in here right now to not get that done. IamZoeWilliams.com. Click shop. Scroll down. Holographic relationship. Pre-order it right now. Thank you. Deuces.